Have you ever wondered why making more money doesn't always build wealth? It's a harsh reality. Earning more often just means your lifestyle expands to swallow the raise right up. Welcome to our channel. Today, we are breaking down the biggest financial traps middle-class people fall into every single day. 36% of Americans earning over $100,000 a year are still living paycheck to paycheck, with total household debt hitting $18.8 trillion. Let's dive into exactly how these traps work and how you can escape them. Every time you get a raise, it feels like you've made it, but you naturally upgrade your lifestyle. New apartment, fancy coffee, subscriptions, shopping, new car. Expenses expand even faster than your income. And just like that, your whole paycheck disappears. Savings? Maybe next month. You're on an escalator where expenses always win. The simple fix is to save at least half of that raise before you get used to it. Investing just $1,200 a month at 8% yields over $1 million in 25 years. Small choices today create massive differences tomorrow. You don't get rich making more, you get rich keeping more. Next up, the debt machine. We've completely normalized debt. Average new car payment is around $772 a month, and 21% of auto loans are now stretched out for 7 years, leading to nearly a quarter of people underwater by over $6,000. The credit card trap is just as brutal. Banks use those minimums as a psychological anchor. A University of Warwick study found that when the minimum payment box was removed, consumers spontaneously paid 70% more toward balances, keeping you in debt for decades. High interest turns small balances into lifelong burdens. Once debt starts rolling, it gathers speed and gets harder to stop. Your income can change, but debt never takes a day off. The first step is awareness. Break the habit. Live below your means, not beneath your potential. Next, we uncover the hidden costs that drain your wealth silently. We're taught that buying a house is the smartest financial move you can make. The bank doesn't care if you can afford the new house. They care that you don't default on loan. To afford payments on a median $435,000 home, you need a $100,000 income, but actual U.S. median household income is only $80,000. And that's before the surprises start. Property taxes, repairs, and maintenance. Together, hidden housing costs average roughly $15,000 a year additionally. So, families stretch further. 2 incomes feel like the answer. But that second income doesn't build freedom. It starts a treadmill. But once taxes, daycare, commuting, and convenience spending take their share, a surprising amount simply disappears. In the end, the net gain is often only $7,000 to $10,000. And somehow, it disappears into a slightly nicer house, a newer car, more vacations, and more stuff. In such situations, even if one income disappears, the whole foundation shakes, as the entire financial structure was never as stable as it looked. That's when stress takes over, and financial anxiety slowly takes control. But the solution isn't earning more, it's creating margin before you need it. Build your safety net first. Because financial freedom isn't about how much you earn, it's about how much shock you can survive. Another subtle drain on your wealth comes from subscriptions and social spending. Most consumers think they spend about $86, but research shows the real number is a shocking $219. Tiny monthly charges feel harmless until hundreds of them quietly drain your wealth. That's more than $2,600 a year you'll never get back. And over time, people begin spending money just to keep up with everyone around them. The dangerous part is that none of these purchases feel irrational in the moment. And subscriptions are not the only problem. Social comparison quietly pushes us to spend more. Social media rarely shows reality. It only shows the highlights. And before you realize it, comparison turns into spending. It accounts for 40% of all online spending. When money leaks away from a dozen different places, the result is predictable. In fact, 59% of Americans could not cover a $1,000 emergency using savings alone. That's more than half the country living one emergency away from financial stress. One emergency, and the system pushes you right back into debt. But subscriptions aren't the most expensive trap. The biggest cost is something you can never earn back: time. Waiting just 10 extra years to start investing $500 a month will ultimately cost you roughly $700,000 in future wealth. time and consistency is the key. Desperation to catch up leads to risky bets like get-rich-quick schemes. The Bank for International Settlements found the majority of retail crypto investors lost money over a 7-year stretch, and 90% of day traders underperform the market. But time and time again, consistent index funds win. A small, consistent investment over time can grow into life-changing wealth. Focus on what you can control, stay consistent. The choice is always yours: stay trapped or take control. Escaping the trap starts with awareness and better choices. Millions are still running on the hamster wheel. But financial freedom is possible for anyone who decides just to opt out. Next up, your action plan to get real wealth. Every trap we covered follows the same pattern: earn, spend, borrow, repeat. Start with a simple plan: save, invest, and pay off high-interest debt. Spend intentionally on things that genuinely improve your life. One income pays the bills. Additional income builds security. The gap between what you earn and what you spend is where wealth is built. Make good decisions automatic. Save and invest before you can spend. Start with 3 priorities: emergency fund, debt reduction, and automatic investing. A high income won't save you. If every dollar disappears, remember these 5 rules. Spend less than you earn, avoid lifestyle inflation, kill bad debt, invest early, and protect your income. They look boring, and that's why they work. An emergency fund turns a crisis into an inconvenience. Financial knowledge compounds just like money. Financial freedom isn't one big decision, it's hundreds of small ones. The middle-class trap isn't one big mistake, it's a collection of habits. Change them, and you will see the outcome. If this video helped even a little, hit like and subscribe.